So let's do the dermis. The dermis has two layers. So this is what I did with the epidermis. We went over 5 layers, right? And I said, what's the mnemonic to remember the 5 layers for the epidermis? It was call girls and silly boys. So we're gonna lead into the dermis. These are the 2 layers of the dermis. We're gonna have fun with this so that you guys can remember it easier for the exam. So call girls. What's a call girl? A streetwalker. You guys can fill in some other names like prostitute or escort or okay. So didn't I say that men named anatomy? So if you look at what papillary means nipple-like projections. Okay, but if you look at the definition of reticular actually means or refers to somebody once said net-like. So I have an image of fishnet stockings and boobs. Why? Because the definition of papillary layer is nipple-like projections. And the definition of reticular is net-like project or net-like, in this case I'm going to say stockings. So fishnet stockings or reticular layer. So I have call girls and silly boys. Ta-da! So epidermis was call girls and silly boys. Dermis was papillary and reticular. And you know, sometimes when you get older as like a call girl or a streetwalker, you get a little fat, right? So where do you hide the fat? Well, you tuck it in your pants and you hide it underneath it all. So the hypodermis is where you hide the fat. So that layer has tons and tons of fat cells. It also has blood vessels, lymph vessels. It has nerve endings passing through. But the most of your stuff that you're looking for the skin, because this is the true skin, is contained in the dermis. That includes the sweat glands, oil glands, your hair follicles, your nerve endings, and etc. And then where do you hide the fat? Underneath it all, right? We hide it in the hypodermis. And then epidermis was call girls and silly boys, right? These are the 5 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of the epidermis. The dermis is the true skin, and that includes the papillary, which refers to nipple-like projections. Reticular, which is fishnet. In this case, it's net-like crisscrossing. And where do you hide the fat? Underneath it all. Good. So here we go again. Dermis, what are the 2 layers? Papillary layer and reticular layer. Papillary layer are, let's take a look at the imaging. If they have the imaging. Okay, right here. So you see these ridges sticking upward? These are your nipple-like projections. They are called the papillary layer of the dermis. Reticular layer has most everything else, right? All the important structures. Where do you hide the fat? Underneath it all. So this is the hypodermis. Hypodermis, subcutaneous layer, right?